came out last week that I want to make sure is on.
Laura in Michigan. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Eddie. I love your show. I listen every day.
Thank you. It's great to hear from some the regular women listeners. We don't get that often. 2 in a row. Great. Thank you, Laura.
I actually talked to you about this back in January about Alice Cooper coming to Comic-Con here in the Detroit area, and about going, to meet him and everything. And I was really looking forward to that. That was supposed to be this weekend, but of course, like everything else, it's canceled. But on that note, I've been thinking about this time, how it's going on forever and ever, and who knows when we'll ever get back to normal concerts. And I wonder, with all this downtime, if a lot of these musicians that I grew up with, Alice Cooper, Aerosmith, Kiss, after being down so much because of their age, will they really be able to pick back up again? Because just on an energy level, because I know how it is. I'm 58, and I know how it is if I don't do something for a while and then go back to it. It's like, oh my gosh, this feels like, too hard. Because it's kind of like at our age, and especially at their age in their 70s, it's kind of like you got to keep the wheels turning. And as soon as you slow down for too long, it's hard to even pedal up again.
Well, Laura, that's a fantastic point. It really is. And it's a really valid concern. Because you're right. I mean, whether it's Aerosmith, whether it's Alice, whether it's Kiss, whether it's Deep Purple, you go on and on and on with all these bands with 40, 50 years into their career. Even taking the pandemic aspect out of it, you're still looking at guys that admittedly, well, except for Alice just never seems to slow down and ever seem to miss a beat. But some of these other guys, admittedly, even their own admission, not close to where they were. Even yesterday, I thought it was incredibly transparent yesterday when we had Klaus from Scorpions on, and he was talking about making the next record. And he said, we want it to be a hard and heavy record like Animal Magnetism and like Love Drive. He goes, but we also know that it's not 40 years ago anymore, and we physically can't play and write and perform like that. I thought that was incredibly honest from Klaus, because you would never really hear artists talk like that honestly. So yes, that translates to live too. And my point is, some of these guys were already past their prime or on borrowed time. And now if you take them off of the road and out of that routine for a year or two, how many of them are going to want to keep doing it? How many of them can still do it? Especially when we have those questions already for a long time about some of them. Ozzy is a great example. I mean, Ozzy, with all his health issues and already canceling tours for the last couple of years. I mean, if they can't get back on the road for another year or two, it's another year or two down the line, and any ailments or aches and pains or limitations are even more magnified. So
I really think it's the end of the road for some of these guys.
What's that?
I said, I really think it's truly the end of the road for some of these guys. I mean, this is just going to be like the last straw. It's like going into retirement and then coming out. It's at their age. I don't see it happening personally, but that's just my thoughts on it.
Laura. It's a great point. It really is.
I just wanted to tell you one other quick thing. By the way, I am a Rush fan, and I have been since 1976.
Good to hear, Laura. Thank you for your call.